So I'm Priscilla, and I'm going to be talking to you about easy ergonomics for computer users. Have you ever thought about everything you do in your desk area, such as typing, monitoring, and mousing, and all the tasks that it does to your body? I'm going to begin with what is ergonomics, the purpose of office ergonomics, health concerns, and preventative measures that can be taken. What is ergonomics, you might ask? Ergonomics is the way in which your body interacts with your job tasks and the way you will perform them. Office ergonomics, on the other hand, is more or less on arranging your desk area to better suit the needs of your job, such as your monitor, your computer, your chair, your keyboard, your mouse, your phone, those sort of things. The purpose of office ergonomics is at least 50% of people suffer from some sort of discomfort, soft tissue injuries, such as carpal tunnel syndrome, tendonitis, lower back pain. So that basically ends up being every other person that you see in an office suffers from some sort of discomfort. Ergonomics can help prevent these sort of injuries, such as muscle fatigue, full body fatigue, head strain, headaches, eye strain, stress, back pain, neck, shoulder pain. Most of these are caused by static, awkward postures or repetitive tasks. The body has the ability to do lots of different things, twisting, bending, stretching, but doing them incorrectly for long periods of time or awkwardly can cause the body harm. Signs and symptoms that you may begin to show is the inability to make a fist, tingling or numbness in the fingers, a burning sensation in the fingers, morning stiffness or hand cramps, thumb weakness or frequent dropping of objects, sharp pains that shoot up from the wrist to the upper arm during the middle of the night is most common. It's going to be very important for you to prevent these sort of injuries by reporting it immediately or seeking early medical treatment. It's just going to be a matter of turning a minor ache into a major operation or some sort of operation, usually due to static, awkward postures again, repetitive movements, or holding the same posture for long periods of time again. This is usually due to, like, some people tend to cock their head up while viewing the monitor, and we'll go into where your monitor position should be a little bit more later on, or just typing with a flexed wrist is another item there, or data entry for long periods of time is another option. Evaluating your workstation due to time constraints. We're only going to be able to do job tools used, which is mainly going to focus on computer, mouse, keyboard, monitor, and chair. But there's obviously a lot of other factors that go into it: the posture, the length of time that you're doing an activity, your job surroundings, such as the temperature, lighting, noise, humidity within the room itself. Preventative measures that can be taken: adjusting the workstation, your chair requirement, your focal requirements, your keyboard and mouse placement, your reaching requirements, as well as your environment. With your monitor, it should be placed within the center of your body, and you should be laying in the center of the monitor as well. The eye level, which for me being short comes a little bit different, but your eye level should be right at the top of the screen here, or at the very top of the computer. And your viewing distance between you and the computer should be between 15 and 29 inches, usually more or less you go in between that, so about 18 inches. A good way to figure that is your arm's length is usually a good way to figure that. And then you want it to be free of glare. So if you need to reposition your computer so that either lighting fixtures or the glare from outside can also prevent those, which is usually causing eye fatigue, blurred vision, headaches, if you don't do any of those. Here in that module there that you see that they're between the distance of arm's length. Her eye position is at the very top of the screen, and we'll go into further detail some more of those things there as well. So your chair height, you should, with all those given factors, you should again still be at the eye level above the monitor, but your feet should also be flat on the floor. If they cannot reach the floor, then you need to use a footrest. Another important factor here is that you get good back support through your lower and back support. Your seat pan should also give you much comfort and your thighs should lay parallel to the floor. They can be at a slight slant, but they recommend it to be 90 degrees or parallel to the floor as well. It's important that you remain comfortable within your upper posture, so your upper arms and shoulders should be relaxed. You don't want to be tense while doing your work. Your keyboard mouse, your hands should remain on the home row, and your elbows should remain at a 90 degrees. Again, you can see that there in the module that her elbows there at 90 degrees. Your forearm should be also parallel to the floor, and your keyboard should remain at the edge of the desk. Your mouse should also be close to the keyboard. Some people also use those wrist rests, and that's more or less just in between stroking that you can keep your wrist flat. You don't want to remain with a flexed wrist, as well as while you're typing you don't want to have a flexed wrist. So those are always kind of nice. They're not mandatory, but they're helpful. And work reaches. You have 3 different zones: your primary zone, your secondary zone, and your rare zone. Your primary zone should be within 18 inches. It's going to be what you grab most often. Your secondary zone would be occasional reaches. So that should be about 20 inches, so that would be your phone, your pen sharpener, and whatnot. And then your rare zone would be beyond 24 inches. This would be more or less your Rolodex or any reference books that you rarely grab. If you ever grab something heavy, you should scoot it towards you before lifting it, and that would just be helpful on your back. And your environment, so you should check lighting, noise, temperatures, your work pace, as well as stress levels within the work pace. You want to reduce up any of those as much as possible, as well as just checking your work processes and seeing if there's a better way that you can go about doing some of the tasks involved. Tips throughout the day: take 1 to 2 minute breaks every 30 minutes, or if you're doing a repetitive task, you can do it a little bit more often just to get your mind off of it. Look out the window for a moment to get your mind off the screen, or your eyes off the screen. And stretching in the morning is recommended, or just simple stretches throughout the day. With these 1 to 2 minute breaks, you can just simple as walking around the office, going to the restroom, getting a glass of water, or just gazing out the window for a moment or two. And I'm getting ready to sum it up here. So when ergonomics are used, it not only improves your workspace, but we work smarter. Your quality, comfort, and safety also make us more productive and happy through the day. And if you have any more questions, you can come to me afterwards. Oh yeah. This is Woody, by the way, that just listened to my presentation.